Hi YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. My name is Giovanni, and today we're gonna discuss my weight loss journey. So today is June 24th 2022, and this is gonna be my 3-month post-op. I had weight loss surgery on March 22nd of 2022, and this is my 3-month post-op. So, before we get into that, are you subscribed? If not, what are you waiting on? Let's take a pause for the cause, and we'll wait till you to subscribe. All right, now that we have that over with, so my stats are, I am 5 feet inches tall. I am currently 236 pounds. Prior to surgery, I was 273 pounds. When I made my first video of talking about VSG, I was 245 pounds. So I have lost a whole total of 37 pounds, and then I have lost a total of 9 pounds since that video, which was recorded May 29th. So I want to give a few tips to anyone that's considering having weight loss surgery. I can only speak about the VSG surgery, which is the vertical sleeve gastrectomy. So that is the only thing I'm going to talk about. However, you can apply these tips even if you have the dual dental switch, the bypass, or the lap band. So yeah. So tip number 1, and this is not in any particular order. These tips should help you understand the process of the surgery and to get yourself prepared prior to surgery. So tip number 1 is do your research. Do your research. One more time. Do your research. Prior to surgery, I researched. I researched the actual surgery itself, narrowed down to what I wanted. Of course, you know, after I consulted with my my surgeon, but in my mind, I had already made it up that I wanted VSG. So make sure you do your research. Research the actual surgery options that's out there, that's available. Also, research your surgeon, his hospital, his staff, all of the above about your surgeon. His death rates, his success rates, all of that. His success stories, complications, all of that must be researched prior to surgery. Make sure you are very knowledgeable, or knowledgeable as you can be prior to surgery. Also, hold on, I wrote down a few tips. Yes, and make sure you research the surgery itself. I spent about, I would say about a year researching and contemplating on what I wanted to do, on what surgery I wanted to have. So make sure you know the ins and outs, the good, the bad, the ugly of whatever surgery you and your doctor decide to come up with for you, and that's in your best interest of your health. So tip number 2, make sure your insurance covers your surgery. If you're using insurance, if you're doing self-pay, of course this does not apply to you, but if you are using insurance to cover your surgery, make sure you know that your surgery is covered under the particular health plan that you have. I am in several Facebook groups, and it gets down to the couple of months prior to surgery, and the people be like, oh my God, my insurance does not cover my surgery. So you as a patient should know whether or not you are covered under bariatric care. So Yes, some of the responsibility is up to the surgeon, to your surgeon's office. However, you as the patient should make sure you do your own research and know whether or not your surgery is covered under your insurance company, and know what the criteria is. So every insurance company do not have the same criteria. So make sure you thoroughly research and understand what your insurance company covers and do not cover. It is very discouraging, upsetting, all of that, to go through particular process that either the surgeon wants you to do, and you get to the end, or you get to the day before surgery and your insurance do not cover it. So and make sure you stay on your surgeon's office as well, and if you affiliated with your primary care physician. So make sure you do your research and knowing whether or not your surgery is covered under your insurance plan. Also, just kind of add a little snippet to that. Make sure you do what you need to do as a patient. Go through the process that whatever your insurance is requiring for you to do. So some insurance requires you to do a 6-month check-in, weight check-in. My insurance company did not require that. This is some of the things that I've heard in these Facebook groups. They require you to do a 6 months weight check-in. If you miss just one weight check-in, then you have to restart the process all over again. So make sure that you as a patient do what you need to do, and as far as what your insurance requires you to do. All right. Tip number 3. Know your why. So many times we as women, I can only speak for women because I am a woman, we get caught up in vanity. And I'm not saying that it's totally a bad thing. However, if that is solely your reason, you're doing it for the wrong reason, in my opinion. I think doing it only for vanity reasons, meaning you want to just only look good, or look good for a particular person, or look good for a spouse, significant other, whatever the case may be. If you're only doing it for that, in my opinion, you're doing it for the wrong reason. Again, not saying vanity is a totally bad thing. However, it has to be more than just a vanity reason. So my main reason for doing the surgery is for my health, and then vanity was next. So yes, I want to look good in my clothes. I want to feel good about myself. I want to have that good self-esteem, confidence, all of that. However, my main priority was to get healthy. And if you're doing it just to look good and that's it, or doing it because a significant other is calling you, out of your name and calling you fat and this and that and the third, or saying, he or she wish you were smaller, then no, I wouldn't do it for that. Do it for you. Do it for you. Or if you have children, do it for your children, to get healthy so you can be active in your children's lives. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4, make sure you have support from your family. That is a big thing. Having support from your family, significant other, from your friends is a big deal. I know some people can say, well, I don't care whether or not this person supports me, or that person supports me, or my spouse supports me. However, when you're going under that knife and you don't have any support, that within itself can be emotionally draining. So make sure you have support. Talk to your significant other, talk to your friends, talk to your family about the processes of surgery. And to be honest, my husband he was a little reserved. Not that he didn't want me to have the surgery, but he was a little reserved about the surgery. And it was not necessarily about the particular surgery itself, but it was more so just me going under the knife. So make sure you have that open line of communication with your friends, family, spouse, significant other, or what have you. So that way you and them can be more educated on the surgery and all the things it entails. If you can, take your spouse, significant other, family, friends, or whatever to appointments with you. So that way they can talk to the surgeon and things like that, and any questions or concerns that they may have, they can address them at that time as well. All right, so tip number 5. Make sure you're mentally prepared. One thing I can say with my insurance company, they require me to have a psych eval. So I think that's a major accomplishment. To have a psych evaluation. Now, again, it depends on your insurance company, and then also it depends on your surgeon themselves. Some surgeons may not require that. However, the insurance company might require that. See a counselor prior to you having weight loss surgery. That way you can deal with any underlying conditions or issues that you may have. If you're an emotional eater, a stress eater, things of that nature. Also, when you do your psych eval that's connected with the surgery, do not lie. I have seen a lot of people saying that they lie just to kind of pass the psych evaluation. However, that does not benefit you in the long run. It only hurts you, because if you do not deal with those issues, whatever the issues may be that have you triggering to eat and overeat, the surgery would not benefit you. You're gonna just continue to participate in those particular habits, and it will not benefit you at all. So make sure you're mentally prepared. So, and don't compare yourself to others. Like I said, I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, and it's hard not to do. However, you're on your own particular journey. Everybody's journey is totally different. People are not going to lose weight in the same rate. You can have the same stats and still lose slower or faster than the next person. So do not compare yourself to the next person, because that will mentally mess you up, because you're comparing yourself. Well, we had surgery on the same day. We have the similar stats, and she or he is losing more than I am. And why am I not losing at an alarming rate? So do not compare yourself to others, because that will mentally drain you. All right. So tip number 6, have realistic goals. Again, let's go back to, do not compare yourself with others. Have goals. Just say, for instance, if you had in the next 3 months, you want to lose 100 pounds. That's not realistic. So have realistic goals and set goals, and then have realistic goals. So if you say, well, by 3 months, hopefully I can lose about 10 pounds. 10 pounds is actually obtainable. Actually, you probably lose a little bit more. However, set realistic goals and expectations. If you set your expectations high and then you do not achieve those goals, you're going to be very sad or upset, or whatever the case may be. So have realistic goals and expectations. Therefore, if you achieve those goals or go over those goals, then you can, pump yourself up and prime yourself up, and then that will motivate you to even push harder and go harder the next go round, whatever your next goal will be. So that is all that I have on tips. Again, I want to continue to do monthly updates and add a little bit more here and there. So leave a comment down below. What do you want to see, or what any suggestions, or even if you're considering or had VSG or weight loss surgery. Comment, leave some comments down below and tell me your experience or your expectations or what have you. So until next time, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.